I opened my grandma's Bible for peace after another fight with my boyfriend. A silver key tumbled out onto the pages, cold, unmarked, hidden right where he knew I'd never suspect. He'd violated the one sacred thing I had left. That night, I stared at it in the dark, whispering to no one. Tomorrow, he'd watch his perfect image shatter on live while I held the key that unlocked everything. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know where you're listening from in the comments. My name is Aaliyah. I'm 26 years old, and this is what really happened. It was late, past midnight, and the apartment felt too quiet after the argument. Marcus had stormed out earlier, saying he needed air, that I was overreacting again. His voice still echoed in my head, sharp and dismissive. I grabbed Grandma's old Bible from the nightstand to steady myself. The leather was worn soft from years of use, edges frayed, her name embossed in faint gold on the front. I settled against the headboard, knees pulled up, and let the pages fall open where they wanted. Psalm 55. Perfect. I needed words about betrayal tonight. My thumb traced the thin paper, seeking comfort in the familiar verses. Something shifted under my fingers. A small, cold weight slid free and dropped onto the quilt with a faint metallic ping. I froze. A silver key, small, plain, no tag or label, lay there against the cream comforter like it had been waiting for me. I picked it up slowly. It was lighter than it looked, but the chill traveled straight up my arm. This wasn't my key. My apartment key had the little gold cross charm Marcus once laughed at. This one was unmarked, almost new, shiny enough to catch the lamplight and throw tiny reflections across the wall. My breath caught. I turned it over, inspecting every edge. No engraving, no clue. Just cold metal that suddenly felt foreign in my own home. Marcus and I had been together almost 2 years. Moved in together 10 months ago. My lease, my deposit, my name on everything. He paid half the bills when he felt like it, always promising once the business takes off. Lately, the promises came with late nights, vague texts, and cologne that lingered longer than it should. I set the Bible down carefully, pages still open. The key stayed in my palm. I closed my fingers around it and felt my pulse throb against the ridges. Why my Bible? Of all places. That book was sacred to me. Passed down from Grandma, filled with her underlined prayers and dates of answered ones. He knew that. He'd even sat beside me on Sundays, nodding along during service like he meant it. The thought twisted deeper. He chose here because he thought I'd never look, because he figured my faith made me blind. The realization settled low in my stomach, heavy and hot. I glanced at my phone. No new messages from him. His location had pinged, still at the office when I checked earlier. Same story every Thursday. I opened Instagram anyway. His story was up. Him at some dimly lit lounge, glass in hand, caption, "Grind, don't stop." Smiling wide, relaxed, untouched. I locked the screen. My reflection stared back from the dark glass, eyes wide, lips pressed tight. I placed the key on the nightstand, right next to my charging cord. It glinted under the lamp like it was watching me back. Questions piled up fast. A storage unit? Safety deposit box? No. Too public. A car he never mentioned? A place. A whole separate place where he could be someone else. The room felt smaller suddenly. The air thicker. I could hear my own breathing, shallow and uneven. I whispered into the dark voice barely above the hum of the city outside. "What is this?" The words hung there. No answer came. Just the key, silent and silver. Promising answers I wasn't sure I wanted. I didn't sleep. I sat up most of the night, staring at it. Replaying conversations, noticing patterns I'd ignored. The extra cash withdrawals, the new gym bag he never used at our gym. The way he'd started locking his office door even when I was home. Morning light eventually slipped through the blinds, pale and gray. Marcus still wasn't back. Probably crashed at a friend's again. I picked up the key once more. This time I slipped it into the pocket of my hoodie. It rested against my hip, small but impossible to ignore. I wasn't ready to ask him anything. Not yet, but I was ready to find out. Sunlight cut through the blinds in harsh stripes across the hardwood. I hadn't moved much since dawn. The key stayed in my hoodie pocket, pressing against my side every time I shifted. Marcus finally texted around 9:17 a.m. Crashing at Ty's. Home later. Love you. No apology. No explanation. Just those 3 words that used to mean something. I showered fast, hot water pounding my shoulders until my skin stung. Dressed in black leggings, oversized hoodie, sneakers. Nothing flashy. Nothing that screamed I was on a mission. I grabbed my keys, wallet, phone, and the silver one. Slipped it onto my keyring next to the cross charm so it wouldn't look out of place if anyone saw. The drive downtown felt longer than usual. Atlanta traffic crawled, horns blaring, exhaust mixing with the smell of fresh asphalt from overnight repairs. I kept the windows up, AC on low, radio off. My thoughts looped. The key, the Bible, his smile in that lounge story. Every red light gave me time to second guess. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe a spare for his mom's place. Maybe I was paranoid. I parked 2 blocks from the address the key tag had faintly etched into the metal when I held it to the light earlier. Unit 412, the Midtown Lofts. Not a cheap spot. Monthly rent higher than ours. I'd Googled it on the way. Modern building, concierge, rooftop pool. Not the kind of place you rent for storage. I walked the last stretch with my head down, earbuds in, but no music playing. Just needed the cover. The lobby smelled like fresh eucalyptus and money. Clean marble, soft leather chairs. A doorman who barely glanced up from his phone. I waited for someone to exit the elevator, then slipped in behind them. Floor 4. Heart hammering now. Hallway quiet. Beige carpet muffled my steps. Door 412 looked ordinary. Dark wood, brass numbers, peephole. I stood there a full minute, listening. Nothing. No TV. No voices. Just the distant hum of the building's HVAC. I pulled the key out. It slid into the lock smooth. No resistance. Click. The deadbolt turned easy. Door opened inward without a sound. The smell hit first. His cologne mixed with something sweeter. Vanilla body spray. Not mine. I stepped inside and closed the door behind me, locking it again out of habit. Studio layout. Open, expensive. King bed made up tight with gray sheets. Blackout curtains half drawn. Small kitchen island with 2 bar stools. One had a pink purse slung over it. Designer, cream leather, gold hardware. I recognized the brand. Saw it on her Instagram once. Her. The thought landed like a brick. I moved slow, opened the closet. His favorite navy blazer hung next to silk blouses and dresses I'd never seen. Size small, tags still on one. On the shelf above, a box of condoms, half empty. Next to it, a bottle of her favorite perfume. Same one she posted in stories with heart emojis. My chest tightened. I pulled out my phone, switched to silent, started recording video, panned across the clothes, the purse, the bed, zoomed on a framed photo on the nightstand, him and a girl laughing at some rooftop bar. Her face familiar. Too familiar. Jasmine. From church. The one I mentored last summer in Young Women's Bible Study. The one who cried in my arms about wanting a godly man. The one who texted me, "You're such a blessing, sis," after every service. Receipts scattered on the dresser. Starbucks dated last week. 2 iced lattes. Cash App transfer from his account to hers. $450 labeled for nails and dinner. Date matched the night he said he had a late client meeting. I kept filming. Opened drawers. Found her birth control pack. His watch, the one he told me got stolen at the gym. A stack of folded cash. More receipts. Target, Victoria's Secret, a weekend stay at this very building. My hand shook now, but not from fear. From something colder, sharper. I stopped recording. Saved the clips to a hidden folder. Took still photos too. Close-ups of the receipts, the photo frame, the perfume bottle. The space felt smaller, air heavier. I could smell him here. His aftershave on the pillows, his body wash in the bathroom. Mixed with her scent. They'd been here together. Probably last night while I sat up with my Bible. I backed toward the door. paused at the threshold, looked back at the bed, imagined them there, laughing, planning, using my faith as cover. I slipped out, locked the door behind me, walked to the elevator like nothing happened. Face neutral, hands steady now. In the car, I sat for a long minute before starting the engine. The key went back into my pocket. Not hidden anymore, not his secret. I wasn't going to scream. Not yet. I was going to dig deeper, quietly. And when the time came, he'd feel every inch of this betrayal reflected back at him. I sat in the parking garage under the Midtown lofts for almost 20 minutes after leaving Unit 412. Engine off. Windows cracked just enough to let in the faint smell of rain on concrete. The videos and photos sat heavy in my camera roll. Undeniable proof stacked like bricks. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that framed picture of them laughing. Jasmine's head thrown back, Marcus's arm around her waist like it belonged there. My phone buzzed. Marcus. Yo, you good? Been quiet all day? I stared at the message until the screen dimmed. Typed nothing. Let it sit on red. I started the car. Pulled out slow. Traffic had eased into that lazy mid-morning Atlanta flow. Construction cones, delivery trucks, pedestrians dodging puddles. I merged onto Peachtree, mind racing faster than the speed limit allowed. Back home, the apartment smelled like last night's argument, stale takeout containers still on the counter, his gym shoes kicked off by the door. I kicked them farther under the couch, went straight to the bathroom. Turned on the shower again, even though I'd already showered. Needed the noise. White noise to think. While the water ran, I opened his phone. He never changed the passcode after I caught him cheating on his fantasy football league last year. Stupid. Arrogant. I scrolled his messages first. Nothing obvious at first. Then I switched to archived threads. There she was. Jazzin with a string of purple hearts. Texts from 2 days ago. Marcus. Late night again. You still up? Jasmine. Always for you. Doors unlocked. Marcus. On my way. Bring that smile. Another from last Thursday, the night he said client dinner. Marcus. You wearing that red set? Jasmine. Already on. Hurry. Marcus. Love when you listen. Cash App notifications buried in email alerts. Transfers every few days. $200 here. $350 there. Labels like Spa Day Queen and Dinner on Me. One from yesterday, $120 for the nails you wanted. I screenshot everything. Time-stamped. Saved to the same hidden folder. Shower still running. Steam fogging the mirror. I wiped a stripe clear and looked at myself. Eyes red-rimmed but steady. Jaw set. This wasn't shock anymore. This was clarity. I turned the water off. Dried off. Dressed again, same hoodie, fresh leggings. Sat on the edge of the tub and opened Instagram. Jasmine's page, public as always. Latest post, mirror selfie in a gym. Caption, blessed and highly favored. #gods plan #self-love. Comments full of fire emojis and yes, this, sis from mutuals at church. I scrolled her stories. She'd reposted a church flyer for tonight's young adult Bible study. The same one I used to lead before I stepped back to focus on my relationship. Irony burned. I switched to Marcus's live notifications. He went live almost every evening now. Motivational talks, business tips, building generational wealth, while wearing that same navy blazer from the closet. Thousands of views, sponsors sliding into his DMs, church folk hyping him up in comments, man of God right here. Keep shining, bro. I opened the comments on his last live, typed a heart emoji from my account. Watched it post. Normal. Invisible. Exactly how I needed to stay. Evening came slow. Marcus walked in around 7:30, smelling like outside air and her vanilla perfume. He kissed my forehead like nothing happened. Marcus. Missed you today. Sorry about last night. Work stress, you know? Me. Yeah, I know. I kept my voice even. Soft. Let him think everything was fine. He showered. I waited until I heard the water hit the tiles, then grabbed his phone from the charger again. More screenshots. A saved note in his app. Midtown rent due 15th. Venmo her half. Her cash tag listed. I put the phone back exactly where it was. Sat on the couch. Opened TikTok. Scrolled mindlessly until his live notification popped up. He started streaming from the bedroom. "What's good, fam? Let's talk mindset tonight." I joined from my account, typed in the comments like I always did. Aaliyah J. "Looking good, king, keep preaching." He smiled at the camera. "Appreciate that, baby. Love when my queen shows up." Viewers ate it up, hearts flying across the screen. I leaned back against the cushions, fingers tight around my own phone. He had no idea I was already rewriting the ending. The next few days blurred into a haze of calculated moves. I kept up the act, smiling when Marcus kissed me goodbye each morning, cooking his favorite smothered chicken like nothing had shifted. But inside, every glance at him fueled the fire. I watched how light played across his face during dinner, casting shadows under his eyes that made him look guilty even when he laughed at some meme on his phone. Morning light filtered through the kitchen blinds in golden slants the first day after. I waited until he left for meetings, then drove back to Midtown. Parked farther away this time, in a shaded spot under an overpass where the sunlight dappled the dashboard like scattered coins. Slipped into the building again, key in hand. The lobby's chandelier threw prisms across the marble, bright and mocking. Inside Unit 412, I worked fast. Phone out, flashlight app on to pierce the dim corners where daylight didn't reach. Snapped photos of everything new. A lipstick tube on the bathroom sink, shade ruby woo, not my color. A crumpled receipt for lingerie from a boutique downtown, dated 2 days prior. Light bounced off the glossy paper as I held it up, capturing the details clear. I opened the nightstand drawer, found a lease agreement tucked under a stack of mail. His name only, signed 3 months ago. County clerk's stamp at the bottom. Fulton County Record, #2024 LS09234, notarized by a public notary on Peachtree Street. I photographed every page, the harsh phone light washing out the ink, but not the facts. He was paying $1,800 a month for this hideaway. Money he claimed went to business investments. Back home that afternoon, sunlight pouring through the living room windows in warm floods, I transferred the files to my laptop, organized them into folders, texts, receipts, photos, lease, added timestamps. Backed up to the cloud under a password only I knew. Evening came with long shadows stretching across the apartment floor. Marcus hosted another live, beaming under the ring light he set up in the spare room. I commented again. "Proud of you, babe." Watched the hearts multiply. Light from his screen glowed blue on his skin, hiding the lies in plain sight. Day 2. More proof. I timed it for when his location pinged at a coffee shop near church. Back to the apartment. This time, afternoon sun slanted low through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Found her earrings on the kitchen counter, gold hoops with tiny crosses. The same ones she wore to Bible study last week. Snapped pics. Found his hidden credit card statement in the desk drawer. Charges for dinners, hotels, even a spa day matching her stories. I sat on the edge of the bed for a moment, sunlight warming my back through the glass. The lease paper crinkled in my hand as I reviewed it again. Legal anchor right there. His signature. The notary seal. Proof he'd built this web on deception. I folded it carefully, added more shots. That night, under the soft lamplight in our bedroom, I scrolled through it all. The evidence glowed on my screen, each image a nail in his facade. Day 3. I needed air. Called my best friend, Keisha. We met at our spot, a brunch cafe in Buckhead with big windows letting in streams of midday light that turned the wooden tables golden. She hugged me tight, her braids swinging. We ordered mimosas and avocado toast, the kind with extra everything. Keisha, "Girl, you look tired. What's up?" Spill. Me. "It's Marcus. Found some stuff. Bad stuff." I kept it vague at first. Told her about the key, the apartment, without naming Jasmine yet. Her eyes widened as the light from the window caught the shock on her face. Keisha, "Wait, a whole secret spot? With receipts? Oh, hell no. What you gonna do?" Me, "I'm gathering everything. Thinking about going live. Show it all." She leaned in, voice low. The cafe buzzed around us, clinking glasses, laughter from other tables, but her words cut through. Keisha, "Live? Like his lives? That's bold, but smart. Hit him where it hurts, his image. I got your back. Need me to come?" Me, "Maybe, for support after." We planned loosely. She promised to watch, to rally our group chat if needed. Light shifted as clouds passed, dimming the room briefly, then brightening again. Felt like a sign, darkness passing. Back home, late afternoon sun dipping low, casting orange hues across the walls. I reviewed the files again, added voice memos narrating each piece, my tone calm, factual. No tears, just truth. Marcus texted, "Home late tonight, client dinner, don't wait up." Perfect, gave me time. I mapped it out on a notepad under the kitchen light's harsh fluorescence. Date, Friday, his biggest live night when church folk tuned in. Time, 8 p.m. sharp. I'd go to the apartment at 7:45, set up, go live at 8, finalize the script in my head, start with the key, build to the lease, drop the jasmine bomb last. The sun set fully, leaving the apartment in twilight blue. I hid the notepad in my drawer. Plan locked. Proof solid. He'd never see it coming. Thursday came fast. Atlanta woke up humid, the kind of thick air that clings to your skin the second you step outside. I left early while Marcus was still in the shower, steam seeping under the bathroom door. Told him I had a long shift at the salon. He grunted something affectionate through the spray. I grabbed my tote, laptop, charger, extra battery pack, the printed lease copy folded tight, and slipped out. First stop, the apartment again. Mid-morning light poured through the tall windows of Unit 412, turning the gray sheets almost silver. I moved like I belonged there now. Set my phone on the kitchen island, propped against a water glass, recording in 4K. Narrated softly while panning. Me, on video. This is the place he pays for behind my back. Lease in his name only. Fulton County record, #2024 LS09234. Notarized last spring. Rent's due on the 15th. Same day he tells me we're tight on cash for our own bills. I walked to the closet. Light caught the sequins on one of her dresses. Emerald green. The one she wore to last month's church mixer. I lifted the hanger so the camera caught the tag still dangling. $189. Nordstrom. Bought with the card he swore was maxed out. Next, the dresser. I opened the top drawer slow. Her journal sat there, soft pink leather, gold-edged pages. I didn't read it, just photographed the cover, then flipped to a random entry where her handwriting looped across the page, dated 2 weeks ago. Grateful for a man who sees my worth. God really does answer prayers. Light from the window highlighted the ink, making the words glow. I closed it, kept filming, moved to the bathroom vanity. Her makeup bag unzipped, foundation shade mocha glow, same as mine. Lip gloss, a half-used pack of lashes. I zoomed in on the receipt taped inside the bag. Same boutique as the lingerie, same date. 40 minutes of footage total. Clean cuts, no shaky hands. I spoke facts only. Dates, amounts, names where safe. Ended the recording facing the camera straight on, sunlight bright behind me like a halo. Me on video. This isn't rage, this is receipts. And Friday night, everyone's about to see them. I saved the file, encrypted it, uploaded a backup to a private Google Drive folder titled Taxes 2025, the last place he'd ever look. Afternoon brought Keisha to my place. She showed up with 2 iced coffees from the spot on Edgewood, condensation already dripping down the cups. We sat at the kitchen table. Blinds half closed so the light came in slanted bars across the wood. Keisha, you really doing this live thing? Me, yeah, tomorrow, 8 sharp, his usual time. Keisha, and you're gonna show the apartment? The lease? Her stuff? Me, all of it. Calm, no screaming, just truth. She sipped her coffee, ice clinking. Sunlight caught the gold in her hoops. Keisha, people gonna lose their minds. Church group chat's already messy because somebody posted he was single and ready on his story last week. They think it's a joke. Me, it's not gonna be funny anymore. We went over logistics. She'd be on standby, phone in hand, ready to screenshot comments, repost if the live got taken down. I showed her the folder. Her eyes widened at the lease stamp, the notary seal crisp in the photo. Keisha, that's legal paper. Ain't no explaining that away. Me, exactly. We talked for hours. Light shifted across the floor, bright noon to softer afternoon gold. By the time she left, the sun hung low, painting the walls orange. I felt steadier. Not calm exactly, focused. That night, Marcus came home late again. Smelled like bar smoke and her perfume. He dropped his keys on the counter. Same silver key ring, same unmarked key still attached. Didn't notice I'd used it. Marcus, you've been quiet. Everything cool? Me. Just tired. Salon was packed. He kissed my temple, went to shower. I waited until the water ran, then opened my laptop in the living room. Finalized the plan on a new note. Friday, 7:30 p.m. Arrive Midtown, park in guest spot, 7:45, enter unit 412, set up phone on tripod. Bought today at Target, small black one, discreet. Test angles. Place necklace in frame. She left it on the nightstand last time. 8 o'clock, go public live. Title, What My Man's Been Hiding, Real Talk. Order, key story first. Apartment tour, lease reveal. Receipts, Jasmine drop last. End with, hand him the key on camera. Walk out. I closed the laptop. Light from the street lamp outside filtered through the blinds in thin vertical lines. I stood at the window, arms crossed, watching cars crawl below. Marcus emerged from the shower, towel around his waist, came up behind me, arms sliding around my middle. Marcus, you sure you good, baby? Me, never better. I turned in his hold, smiled small, let him think it was love. Tomorrow he'd learn different. Friday arrived like any other day in Atlanta. Sun blazing early, humidity already thick by noon, cicadas screaming from the trees outside our building. I moved through the morning routine on autopilot, made coffee, packed a small black crossbody bag with my phone, portable charger, the tiny tripod from Target, the printed lease copy, and the silver key. Marcus left at 10 a.m. for a networking lunch, kissed my cheek, said he'd be home by 7 to chill before the live. I smiled, told him I had errands, watched his car pull out of the lot from the window. I waited until 6:45 p.m. traffic was peak hour thick on I-85, but I took surface streets, Peachtree to 10th, windows down, letting the warm wind whip through. The city smelled like hot pavement, barbecue smoke from a food truck, distant rain that never quite fell. My pulse stayed steady. No shaking, no second thoughts. I parked in the guest spot at the Midtown Lofts, same one I'd used before. Clock read 7:32. I walked in calm. Doorman nodded like he recognized me now. Elevator up to 4, hallway empty. Key in the lock. Click. Inside. The apartment felt different tonight. Late afternoon light had faded to deep gold through the windows, turning everything warm and expensive looking. I locked the door behind me, set my bag on the island, pulled out the tripod first, small, matte black, legs extended quick and silent, placed my phone on it, angled toward the living area so the bed, closet, and kitchen island were all in frame. Tested the shot, adjusted height so my face would be centered when I spoke. Next, the necklace. Jasmine's gold cross pendant with the tiny diamond chip. She'd left it on the nightstand last time. Probably forgot in a hurry. I picked it up by the chain, held it to the light. It caught the glow and sparkled like it was winking at me. Placed it deliberately in the center of the frame on the island, right where the camera would pick it up clear. Proof without saying her name yet. I checked my phone. 7:48, battery at 92%, Wi-Fi strong, building's premium package. I opened Instagram Live, set privacy to everyone, typed the title in the prompt box. What my man's been hiding, real talk. Added a thumbnail from one of the earlier photos. The key lying on my Bible cover, cropped tight. Finger hovered over Go Live. I took one breath, deep. Let it out slow. Pressed it. The screen flipped to the camera view. My face appeared. Makeup light, hair pulled back in a low puff, eyes clear. Behind me, the apartment looked neutral. Luxurious. Anonymous. No doxing the exact address, just enough to show it was real. Viewers trickled in. 12, 47, 132. I waited until it hit 300 before speaking, voice low even, like I was talking to one person. Hey y'all, if you're here, you probably follow me or him. This isn't clickbait. This is what's been happening behind closed doors. And tonight, I'm showing you everything. I picked up the silver key from my pocket, held it close to the camera so the light caught the edges. Found this inside my grandma's Bible, the one I read every night for peace. Fell out when I opened to Psalm 55 about betrayal. He put it there. Thought I'd never look in the holy place. Thought my faith made me safe to lie to. I paused. Let that sit. Comments started rolling. Who is he? What key? Girl spill? I turned the camera slowly, panning the room. This is his secret apartment, not ours, not shared. His name only on the lease. Fulton County Record #2024 LS09234, notarized. He's been paying rent here while telling me we can't afford extras at home. I walked to the closet, opened it wide. Camera caught the dresses, his blazer next to them, the shelf with the condom box. His clothes, her clothes, receipts for things he said we couldn't buy. Dates line up with nights he said he was working late. I moved to the island, picked up the necklace, let it dangle. And this belonged to someone I know, someone from church, someone I mentored. Comments exploded, hearts, shocked faces. No way. Who? This is wild. View count climbed, 1.2K, 2.8K, climbing fast. I set the necklace down, looked straight into the lens. I'm not yelling, I'm not crying, I'm just showing what he hid. And y'all are watching it live, because secrets don't stay secret when the light hits them. I heard footsteps in the hallway outside, heavy, fast, key in the lock. My stomach tightened for half a second, then steadied. The door swung open. Marcus froze in the frame, eyes wide, phone already in his hand, screen lit. He'd gotten the alerts. He saw me, saw the tripod, saw the live counter ticking up. Marcus, Aaliyah, what the hell is this? I didn't flinch, kept the camera rolling. Y'all, I think it's time I show you something real. Marcus stood frozen in the doorway, keys still dangling from his fingers. The hallway light behind him cast his shadow long across the floor, stretching toward me like it was trying to reach the camera first. His face went from confusion to recognition to something raw. Eyes wide, mouth slightly open, phone clutched so tight his knuckles paled. The live counter kept climbing. 4.1K, 5.7K. Notifications pinging nonstop on my phone, but I kept it steady on the tripod. I didn't move, didn't raise my voice, just looked at him through the lens like he was part of the exhibit now. Me, come in, Marcus, close the door, people are watching. He stepped inside slow, like the floor might give way, pushed the door shut behind him with his heel, locked eyes on the phone, then on me, then back to the phone. Sweat already beading at his hairline, even though the AC was blasting cold. Marcus, baby, turn that off. This ain't... Let me explain. Me. Explain what? The apartment you rented 3 months ago. The lease with your signature and the notary stamp? Or how you hid the key in my grandma's Bible so I wouldn't find it. I held up the silver key again, let it catch the light from the window. Late evening sun slanted in low now, painting orange streaks across the walls and his shocked face. View count hit 8K. Comments flying faster than I could read. He hid it in the Bible. Church boy energy crumbling live. Run him up, sis. Marcus took another step forward, voice dropping low, trying for calm. Marcus, Aaliyah, please, this is private. You're embarrassing yourself. Turn it off and we can talk. Me, embarrassing myself? Or you? Because from where I'm standing, the only one hiding is you. I turned the camera back to the room, panning slow again. Let it linger on the closet, his blazer next to her dresses. On the island, her necklace still sitting there like evidence on display. On the bed, sheets still tucked tight from whenever they last used it. Me, this is where you've been working late. This is where the money for business investments went. And this, I picked up the lease copy from my bag, held it up to the lens, the Fulton County stamp clear in the frame. Me. Is the paper trail. County record hash 2024 LS09234. Notarized. Legal. No explaining that away. Marcus lunged half a step, hand out like he might grab the phone. Stopped himself when he saw how many people were watching. His phone started vibrating in his pocket. Buzz after buzz. Alerts from followers, probably church group chats, probably sponsors. He glanced at his screen, face drained of color. Marcus, Aaliyah, stop. You don't know what you're doing. Me, I know exactly what I'm doing. Showing the truth. Same way you showed up in my life pretending to be something you're not. I walked closer to him, slow, deliberate. Camera still rolling. Kept my tone even, like I was narrating a documentary instead of ending a 2-year relationship live. Me. You sat next to me in service, held my hand during prayer, told me you wanted a godly woman. Then you hid your side life in the one place you knew I trusted most. Comments shifted hard. Support pouring in. Protect her at all costs. He's shaking FR. Bible key is diabolical. Marcus tried again, voice cracking now. Marcus, it's not what it looks like. She's just a friend. We talk, that's it. Me. A friend whose necklace is here? Whose clothes are in your closet? Whose Cash App you fund every week? I turned the camera back to him. Zoomed in just enough. Me. Say her name, Marcus. Or should I? His jaw clenched. Eyes darted to the door like he might bolt. But the live was too big now. Over 12K viewers. Shares ticking up. He was trapped in his own frame. Marcus, you're ruining everything. Me. No, you did that. I'm just holding up the mirror. I heard more buzzing. His phone lighting up like fireworks in his hand. He looked down, thumbed the screen, probably trying to mute notifications or call someone. Didn't matter. The damage was spreading. I stepped back toward the island. Set the key down next to the necklace. Let both sit there in the shot. Me. Y'all see this? The key he hid. The cross she left behind. Both symbols he used to cover lies. Marcus's breathing got louder, chest rising fast. He took another step, hand reaching again. Marcus, turn it off. Now. I didn't. Just looked at him, calm. Me. Or what? You gonna grab the phone? In front of thousands? He froze again, realization hitting. The comments were turning vicious now, his name trending in real time. Then I heard it, his phone ringing. Caller ID flashing. Pastor T. He stared at it like it burned. I smiled small. First real one all day. Me. Looks like church is calling. Better answer. He didn't. Just stood there, panic written across every line of his face. The live kept rolling. The truth kept spreading. And he had nowhere left to hide. Marcus's phone kept ringing. Pastor T's name flashing again and again like a warning light. He stared at it, thumb frozen over the screen, then looked back at me. The live counter had crossed 18K. Comments scrolled so fast the feed blurred. Fire emojis, praying hands, straight up expose him in all caps. I stayed planted by the island, arms loose at my sides, voice still level. Me. You gonna answer that? Or let the pastor see this live like everyone else? He swiped to silence the call, pocketed the phone, took one more step toward me, slow like he was approaching something dangerous. Marcus. Aaliyah, baby, listen. This is a misunderstanding. I can fix this. Just end the live. We'll talk. Private. Me. Private's what got us here. You wanted private. I'm done with private. I turned the camera back to him fully. Let the viewers get a clear shot of his face, sweat shining under the recessed lights, eyes darting between me and the tripod. Me. Tell them, Marcus. Tell them who the friend is, the one whose necklace is sitting right here. I pointed to the gold cross pendant on the island. It caught the light again, throwing tiny sparks across the marble. Marcus swallowed hard, Adam's apple bobbing. He glanced at the necklace like it might bite him. Marcus, that's not important right now. The important thing is us, our relationship. We can work through this. Me. Work through what? The apartment? The lies? Or the fact that the other woman is someone I brought into my life? I paused. Let the words hang. View count jumped. 22K now. Shares exploding. Me. Her name is Jasmine, from First Baptist on Peachtree. The same Jasmine I mentored in Young Women's Bible Study last summer. The same Jasmine who texted me, "You're such an example, sis," after every service. The same Jasmine who cried on my shoulder about wanting a man who loved God. Marcus's face crumpled. Not anger, not denial. Something worse. Resignation mixed with panic. "Marcus, you don't understand. It just happened." We were talking, praying together. One thing led to me. Praying together? In this bed? With the condoms in the closet and the lease in your name? I walked closer, close enough that he could see every word form on my lips, close enough that the camera caught the tremor in his hands. "Me. You used the same scriptures on her that you used on me. Same God's got a plan lines. Same man after God's own heart act. You made her believe it. Made me believe it. Hid the key in the one book you knew I'd open when I needed comfort." Comments turned feral. "Jasmine from church? This is next level betrayal." "Pastor about to have a field day." Marcus tried one last time. Voice breaking. "Marcus, please, my reputation, my business, the church. If this keeps going..." "Me. Your reputation? The one you built on lies? The one where you go live every night preaching mindset and wealth while paying for a side spot with money you swore we didn't have?" I reached into my bag, pulled out the printed lease copy again, held it up beside my face so both were in frame. "Me. This is real. County stamped, notarized, legal. You can't pray this away. You can't delete this live. Thousands have already screenshotted. Shared, saved." His shoulders dropped, the fight leaking out of him. He leaned against the wall like his legs might give. "Marcus, I messed up. I know. But don't do this. Not like this. Me. You did this when you put that key in my Bible, when you brought her here, when you let me think I was crazy for asking questions." I set the lease down next to the necklace and the key. 3 pieces of evidence lined up like exhibits. Me. "Look at them, Marcus. Look at what you built." He stared at the items, then at the camera, then at me. "Marcus, I'm sorry." The words came out small, cracked. Not enough. The live hit 29K. His phone buzzed again. Texts, calls, notifications piling up. Church group chats probably on fire. Sponsors probably pulling back. Followers probably unfollowing in waves. I picked up the silver key last, held it between my fingers so the camera caught every glint. Me. This key opened more than a door. It opened my eyes. I stepped toward him. Slow, deliberate. He didn't move. Just watched, eyes glassy. I stopped inches away, extended my hand, placed the key in his palm, closed his fingers around it. Me. You can keep your secrets. I don't need them anymore. His hand shook. The key slipped slightly, but he caught it. I turned back to the camera one last time. Me. That's it, y'all. That's the real talk. No more hiding. I reached over, ended the live with one tap. The screen went black. Silence rushed in, thick, sudden, heavy. Marcus stood there, key in his fist, staring at the floor. I grabbed my bag, slung it over my shoulder, walked past him without another word, opened the door, stepped into the hallway. Let the door close behind me with a soft click. He didn't follow. He didn't speak. He just stood stunned in the middle of his secret life, finally exposed to the light. The hallway outside Unit 412 felt colder than the apartment I'd just left. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting pale blue stripes on the beige carpet. My sneakers made soft thuds as I walked to the elevator. Steady steps, no running, no looking back. The door had clicked shut behind me, with finality. Marcus hadn't said another word, hadn't chased. Just stood there holding the key like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Elevator doors slid open. Empty car. I stepped in, pressed a lobby, leaned against the mirrored wall. My reflection stared back. Eyes clear, lips set, no tears. Adrenaline still buzzed under my skin, electric and sharp, but the shaking had stopped. I exhaled long and slow. The live had ended. The truth was out. No taking it back. Down in the lobby, the doorman gave me a quick nod. Same neutral face he'd worn every time I came. Outside, Night had fully dropped. Midtown Atlanta glowed, streetlights haloed in humidity, car headlights streaking past on Peachtree, distant bass thumping from a club 2 blocks over. I unlocked my car, slid in, started the engine. AC blasted cool against my face. I sat there a minute, hands on the wheel, letting the quiet settle. Phone in my lap lit up nonstop. Notifications stacked like bricks. Instagram alerts, text previews, missed calls from numbers I recognized. Keisha first. Keisha, text. Girl, that live. I'm shaking. You okay? Call me. Then my cousin Tiana. Saw everything. Proud of you. Call when you can. Church group chat blowing up. Muted it days ago, but previews still slipped through. Did y'all see Aaliyah's live? Marcus, what? Jasmine too? I didn't open any yet. Needed to drive first. Pulled out slow. Headed south toward home. Our home, soon to be just mine. Traffic light for once. City lights blurred past in streaks of red, white, gold. Radio off. Just the hum of tires on asphalt and my own breathing even now. Halfway there, my phone rang. Mom. I answered on Bluetooth. Mom, baby, you all right? Saw bits of that live before it cut. People texting me left and right. Me, I'm okay, Ma. Driving home now. Mom, you sure? That boy. Lord, I never liked how slick he talked. But this? In the Bible? That's low. Me, yeah, it's done. Mom, good. You come straight here if you need to. Or stay home. Whatever feels right. Just know I'm praying hard. Me, love you. I'll call tomorrow. Hung up. Another call came through. Unknown number. Ignored it. Probably a reporter or a clout chaser who'd clipped the live already. I pulled into our complex parking lot 20 minutes later. Same spot I always used. Same building lights glowing warm through the windows. Walked up the stairs slow. Key in the lock. My key this time. Door opened to quiet darkness. No Marcus. No cologne. Just the faint smell of the lavender candle I'd burned earlier. Flipped on the kitchen light. Set my bag down. Phone finally in hand. I opened Instagram. The live replay had been saved automatically. Over 47K views already. Clips circulating on TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. Comments still pouring in. Icon behavior, calm queen. He crumbled so fast. Jasmine unfollowed everybody and went private. Church sis turned savage. Mixed in were a few defending him. Y'all jumping to conclusions. Maybe she's lying. But they drowned fast in the wave of support. I scrolled group chats. Church one exploding. Pastor T had posted, "Family, please pray. Let's not spread gossip. Truth will come out in time." Translation, damage control, Keisha FaceTimed. I answered. Keisha, girl, you legendary. That keep your secrets line? Chills. He looked like he saw a ghost. Me. Felt like I was watching someone else. So calm. Keisha, that's power. You held it together. Now breathe. You need me to come over? Me. Not tonight. I need quiet. But thank you. For real. Keisha. Anytime. Sleep if you can. Tomorrow's gonna be loud. We hung up. I walked to the bedroom. Sat on the edge of the bed. Opened Grandma's Bible. Still open to Psalm 55 from that first night. No key now. Just the words underlined in her careful script. Cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. I traced the ink with my finger. Felt lighter. Not empty. Not broken. Lighter. Like I'd carried something heavy for months and finally set it down. Marcus's side of the closet still had his clothes, his shoes by the door, his ring light in the spare room. All reminders, but temporary. I stood, walked to the living room window, looked out at the city lights twinkling below. Atlanta kept moving. Cars, people, life. None of it stopped. For one man's lies, I felt the weight lift a little more. Tomorrow would bring more calls, more texts, maybe tears, maybe anger from his side. But tonight I breathed easier. Tonight, the secret was his burden again, and mine was gone. I didn't sleep much that night. Lay on top of the covers, staring at the ceiling fan spinning slow circles, blades cutting shadows across the wall every few seconds. The apartment felt bigger without his presence, echoes louder, air stiller. Every so often, my phone buzzed on the nightstand. I let it. No urge to check. The adrenaline crash left me hollow, but strangely peaceful, like after a long cry you didn't know you needed. Around 3 a.m., I finally picked it up. Instagram notifications had hit 5 figures. The live clip was everywhere. TikTok stitches, Twitter threads, even a few Reddit posts and relationship subs titled, "Church Boy Gets Exposed Live, Bible Key Edition." Views climbing into the hundreds of thousands. Comments still split. But the majority leaned hard my way. She handled that with grace. That key detail broke me. Jasmine deleted her page already. Marcus had gone radio silent. No texts, no calls, no "come home, please." His location had pinged at Ty's place again, probably crashing on the couch, scrolling through the wreckage. Morning light crept in around the blinds, soft gray at first, then warming to pale gold. I got up, made coffee the way I liked it. Black, no sugar, strong enough to wake the dead. Sat at the kitchen island with Grandma's Bible open beside the mug, flipped to Psalm 55 again, read the whole thing slow. The words landed different now, not just comfort, but confirmation. Phone rang. Keisha. Keisha. Morning, Queen. You live? Me. Barely. Coffee's helping. Keisha. Church chat is chaos. Pastor called an emergency meeting for tonight and said healing and restoration. People asking where you at. Me. I'm not going. Not ready for the stairs. Keisha. Understandable. But heads up. Jasmine's mom posted in the prayer group. Please pray for my daughter. She's hurting. No apology. Just victim mode. Me. Let her hurt. She chose. Keisha. Facts. You need anything? Groceries? Wine? A ride to burn his stuff? Me. I'm good. Gonna stay in today. Process. We talked a little longer. She promised to keep me updated without flooding my phone. Hung up. Mid-morning brought more calls. Mom again, checking in, voice soft but firm. Told her I was okay, really. Cousin Tiana dropped off Popeyes through the door. Biscuits, red beans, extra napkins. Left a note. You don't have to talk, just eat. Love you. Afternoon sun poured through the living room windows in bright, warm bands. I cleaned. Methodical. Wiped down surfaces. Bagged Marcus's shoes, his ring light, the cologne bottle he left half full. Stacked his clothes in trash bags by the door. Not throwing away yet. Just out of sight. Each item felt lighter as I moved it. Notifications kept coming. A few sponsors reached out, small brands he'd shouted out before. One DM. We saw the live, pulling partnership. Sorry this happened to you. Another. If you ever want to collab, we'd love to support real ones. I saved the messages. Didn't reply yet. Around 4 p.m., an unknown number texted, "This is Marcus's mom. He's a mess. Please talk to him. He's sorry." I read it twice. Typed nothing. Blocked. Evening rolled in slow. Sky turned deep orange, then purple. I ordered DoorDash, salmon bowl from the spot on Auburn Ave. Ate on the couch with the TV low, some old reality show I didn't care about. Phone buzzed again. Church admin this time. Pastor would like to speak with you privately, when you're ready. I typed back. Appreciate it. Need space right now. Praying too. Sent. Felt lighter still. Night deepened. City sounds filtered up. Sirens distant, cars passing, someone laughing on the sidewalk below. I opened the Bible one more time. Landed on Psalm 23 this round. He restores my soul. Read it out loud, voice quiet in the empty room. The weight that had sat on my chest for months, years maybe, was lifting. Not gone completely. Scars would stay. Trust would take time to rebuild. But the heaviness? That part was lighter. I closed the book, set it on the coffee table, stood at the window again, looked out at Atlanta twinkling below. Same city, same lights, but I felt different inside it. Marcus's bags still sat by the door. Tomorrow I'd decide what to do with them. Maybe drop at his mom's. Maybe donate. Didn't matter tonight. Tonight I breathed deep. No tightness, no dread, just quiet. And for the first time in a long time, that quiet felt like peace. 3 weeks passed, like pages turning in a book I finally got to write myself. Atlanta moved on. Summer heat giving way to early fall crispness, leaves starting to turn gold along Peachtree football season buzzing in every bar and backyard. I moved on too, piece by piece. First came the practical stuff. Changed the locks the Monday after the live. Called a locksmith from the same crew that services half the salons on Auburn. New keys, new deadbolt. My name only on the lease renewal I filed that week. Marcus's things? I boxed them neat. Dropped the bags at his mom's front porch indicator with a short note. These belong to you now. No drama, no confrontation, just closure. He tried reaching out twice. First text 3 days after, "Can we talk? I messed up bad." I know. I left it on read. Second came a week later. Voice note. Voice thick, like he'd been crying, "I'm getting help, therapy, church counseling. I'm sorry, Aaliyah, for everything." I listened once, deleted it, blocked the number. Not out of hate, out of self-respect. The church handled it their way. Pastor T called me personally the following Sunday, left a voicemail, calm and kind. "Sister Aaliyah, the doors are always open. No judgment here, just love." I didn't go back right away. Needed space from the whispers, the side eyes, the "how you holding up" hugs that felt more like curiosity than comfort. But 2 Sundays ago, I walked in during praise and worship. Heads turned, a few whispers. Then the music swelled, and I lifted my hands like always. No one asked questions. They just sang with me. That same service, pastors shouted me out from the pulpit. Gentle, no names dropped. "Pastor T, we've had hard truths come to light lately. But remember, God uses even broken places to show his strength. Some of you walked through fire this month and came out shining brighter. That's not weakness. That's testimony." People clapped. A few turned to look at me. Smiles, nods, tears in some eyes. I felt seen. Not pitied. Seen. Social media shifted too. The live clip hit over 2 million views across platforms. Clips got stitched, remixed, quoted. Brands slid into my DMs. Hair care lines, modest fashion, even a journaling app wanting to collab on faith plus healing content. I picked 2 small ones that felt right. Started posting again. Not revenge, not tea. Just me. Devotionals at sunrise, salon behind the scenes, brunch with Keisha, walks in Piedmont Park with the leaves crunching underfoot. Glow up wasn't forced. It happened naturally. Hair freshly braided in knotless box braids, skin clear from better sleep, smile coming easier. Jasmine? She went ghost. Account private, stories off. No sightings at church. Her mom still posted vague prayer requests. I didn't engage. Didn't need to. The truth had already spoken. Marcus? Word filtered through mutuals. He moved back in with his cousin Ty. Business took a hit. Sponsors dipped, followers dropped 40%. Started therapy weekly. Church leadership put him on a season of restoration. No public speaking, no lives, just accountability. I didn't check up, didn't care to. His path wasn't mine anymore. This morning, cool October air slipping through the cracked window, I woke early, made tea instead of coffee. Sat on the balcony with Grandma's Bible open on my lap. Pages still carried her scent faintly. Old paper and peace. I opened to where the key once fell. Psalm 55. Read it again, slow, then flipped forward. Landed on Psalm 30. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy. I whispered the words into the morning quiet, felt them settle deep. No key in the binding now. No secrets tucked between verses. Just the book. Just the promises. Just me. I closed it gently, set it on the small table beside my chair, looked out at the city waking up, cars crawling, sun climbing, life continuing. I found my strength in the same place he tried to hide his lies, and now I'm free. If this story struck a chord, hit like, subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments.